Hi everyone, Andy here. Great that you're able to join for Coach's Corner online this week, and great that it won't be long until we're able to be back together in person. This is our final week in our series thinking about how God uses unlikely people to achieve his plans. He chose Abraham to start a family even though he was 99 years old. He chose David to be king even though he was small and the youngest of his brothers. He chose Zacchaeus to be his friend even though he was a bad guy. And this week we're going to be thinking about the fact that God chooses us. So I want you to imagine it's half time in the Champions League final, the biggest game in club football, and the manager, maybe the Liverpool manager, the Man City manager, the Bayern manager, is there giving the team talk. What do you think he's going to say? He's going to say, guys, you're here because you're the best players in the world. You've got the most skill in the world. You work together better than any other team in the world. Go out and show the world in that second half quite how good you are because you are special. You're here because you're the best. Well, let's listen to a team talk that Paul gives to his team. That's the church in a place called Colossae, because it's quite different. Paul says, brothers and sisters, think of what you were before you were called. That means before you were Christians. Not many of you were wise. Not many of you were important. Not many of you were from noble birth. Paul's saying, you weren't anything much. The manager's saying, you're the best. You're special. Paul's saying, on your own, you're not that special. But God chose the foolish things to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong, the lowly things of the world, to nullify the things that are high. God chooses ordinary, normal people like me and like you. You don't have to be the best in the world to be on God's team. You don't have to be a special player. God uses all of us if we come to him. So if you're on his team, if you're a Christian, isn't it great that God's not waiting for us to be amazing before he can use us? He says, you slightly scared, you slightly small, or whatever, I'll use you. And if you're not on God's team yet, if you're not a Christian yet, there's no bar you've got to clear for God to want you. You don't have to be certain ability. He says, I want you on my team. I want to use you in my plan to make everything right. Let's pray together. Father, thank you that it's so different, the team talk that Paul gives to the team talk you hear in the Champions League, because you don't choose your team based on who's great. You choose the weak, the foolish, and you use us, whoever we are. Amen.